What's up guys, welcome back to another episode on the channel. We're going to be doing a rebuild video, an Allison 5-speed rebuild install video. This time what we're going to be doing is ripping into this junkyard Allison 5-speed that has over 400,000 miles on it. I'm actually anticipating on what we're going to find in that transmission. We're going to be talking about the kit, the actual Allison rebuild kit that we're going to be using in this video today, as well as the triple disc torque converter. And yes guys, we will be doing that today. So make sure you stay tuned. It's going to be a lot of work, and I think you're really going to enjoy this video. Thank you so much for your time.
Dry. Yeah, I figure it hasn't run in how long. Ooh! He's a real dripper.
All right guys, here we go. In this application, we actually went with the PPE Stage 6 clutch kit. We'll go from an 01 to a 2005, so your LB7 and your LLYs. So we did do an Allison 6-speed install video, and what I want you guys to do is, if you are interested in actually really educating yourself on how to rebuild an Allison transmission, you have to watch that video in order to complete this entire segment right here. So I left a link right down in the description. Go ahead and click on it and watch it. It's a lengthy video, but if you guys are actually installing this on your truck and doing this in your driveway, I highly recommend that you watch that video. It's very important. But what we're going to do is we're going to get into the meat and potatoes. The differences, the Allison 5 and 6-speed, I know there's a subtle difference, which we'll talk about here. Again, we're going to be talking about the PPE kit that we have, and then of course the Garand triple disc torque converter. We're also going to go with the C3 oiler plate there for the side of the actual transmission itself. Some of the benefits. So it's going to be a really informative video. You guys know this gentleman right here. This is Mark. And Mark, I do appreciate everything that you're doing, providing us with the content that we need to provide excellent content for you guys and inform you guys on exactly how to do this. Again, reach out to him, Kodiak Truck, North Prairie, Wisconsin. I'll leave your information in the description too. Sure. By far second to none in the driveline industry, especially when it comes to transfer cases for some of you guys, Chevy, Dodge, and Ford. So make sure you reach out if you're interested. Done tons of videos. So without further ado, I'll stop yapping. Let's go ahead and get to this.
So what we've got here is we got our PPE Stage 6 kit. Some of you guys that have been around the Allison 1000 world probably going to know what these clutches are right away by looking at them. PPE puts a nice kit together. These are the Alto G3 material. You'll notice that we do not have the black Colines for the C2s. The black Colines definitely will tear up the C1, C2 clutch drum. So we've already gone, clearanced our clutches. We got our perfect clearances on everything. Now what we have done on this particular one is sometimes guys will go in and do more modifications in the C1, C2 clutch drum with, say, the Transgo Jr Kit, where you remove all your little springs in there for better clamping power and everything else. In this particular application, we did not do the orifice restrictors, we did not do the springs. The reason we did that is this. We left the door open on this in case Josh ever wanted to go back and make this a 6-speed. We could simply do a valve body, TCM, and pan harness change, and we could change this into a 6-speed. But if you mod this C1, C2 clutch drum, the trans is never going to shift right for you. It's going to be all over the board. It's going to be hard shifts, rough shifts, and everything else. So that's basically what we got. Same thing here. This is all the G3 material. You can see we've already got it soaking in trans fluid. So we're going to go ahead, get this drum assembly together, get it in the trans, and then we're going to come back to you and we're going to show when we're dropping our C3s in and everything else, which is also going to be the Alto G3 material. In my opinion, that's what we use here in the shop in everything. The G3 material is fantastic. I have never had a failure with G3, period. They work, they're good, they'll handle some heat. By the time we're done with this, with the Garand triple disc X converter, this thing's going to be one sweet setup. We're going to have the big deep pan on it and everything else. So you guys stay tuned and we'll get this thing together for you. All right, we're going to just start dropping our clutches in. We've already got them pre-soaked. We've already had them in once, checked our clearance. Our clearance spec on this in PPE's kit was 90 to 120 thousandths. I always set to the tight side So I clearanced this at 90. It was about 95,000. So, you know, you figure you got a little bit of film of oil, but nothing all too crazy. So we're right in the ballpark. Drop our machine plate on, which that comes in the kit also. Drop our snap ring in. Spiral lock, which these can be a little tricky to get back on if you guys are doing these things yourself. You get about halfway around with the first round, then you got to lift up on it to get this thing to go the rest of the way to get it to bite. And I always like to go in and just confirm that that thing did take all the way. Give it a little push with my trans tool here. We're good to go. We got a brand new bearing in there. And drop our drum assembly on the top. There we are. We're all the way down.
Oh, got a new employee.
Yep. Yeah, I'm even keeping his shirt clean. I must not be doing enough.
We're going to drop our C2s in now. We've had them soaking. Again, the G3 material, excellent material. Get our C2 clutch hub down in right away. We've already got our bottom apply plate in, and we'll just start alternating the stack of clutches. And that's done, ready to go into the trans. So when we put our bottom apply plate in, if you notice, there's a groove machined in here. They want you can, it's selectable. You can turn until you find the groove that lines up. They want the groove at 12 o'clock along with the weep hole at 12 o'clock, which is right at the point of my finger. So we've got our groove here. This one lined up perfectly. We already had dumped our clutches once and checked it, but I'm going to show you again. So we're going to drop our clutches in with our choline separators. We'll get our top apply plate on and snap ring. Alright, we got our top apply plate. Now we just got to get our snap ring in. On these LML bills, that snap ring, or the snap ring in the return spring, I'm sorry, has got a lot of pressure. And so you got to really finesse these things down in here to get them down in. And be very careful on the transmission cases because they are razor sharp. Push down on that a couple times, make sure we set. We got our feeler gauges here at 60,000, so we're going to drop down in. This is dangerous with oily gloves. It might go down faster than I know. We got new bushing in the pump. We got some trans gel on that. Trans gel on our new front pump seal. We're going to go ahead and drop this all together, our stator assembly. When we get this all torqued, alright, I'm going to go back and double check them a second time. Alright, we're good to go there. We've got also all our new sealing rings in here, our bearings, everything else. I'm going to put a little trans gel on here. We're going to put our thrust back in here. And we're going to drop this in, drop our bell on, and then we'll be able to torque everything down to spec. Alright, I'm going to put a little lube on this O-ring just to get the bell housing to slide on the new seal. Mitchell's working on getting the bolts all cleaned up and ready to go. Yep. Mitchell's not going back to Michigan. He's not going to be a permanent employee at Kodiak. We're going to torque these at 45 foot-pounds. That's what I torque mine at. It's a little stouter spec than stock. We're also making more line pressure than stock. So we don't want our gasket to split and blow out under pressure or something. Drop our C4 clutch pack in here. We've had our G3 clutches soaking. We're going to start dropping these in. We'll get our spiral lock on and get this back half buttoned up. We'll alternate our stacking as we go in here. Really like these just G3 material. This is some really good quality clutches. As I said before, we use these in all our builds that we do. Never had a clutch failure with those, ever. All right, when we get down to the spiral lock, that's where it gets a little tricky. Now this is an 03 style trans, and the old roughly 04 and back, let's just call it LB7 stuff, ran this snap ring as a spiral lock. If you look at this, there's a jog in this snap ring. You got to make sure that you don't get this snap ring offset going the other way like this, because now you created two different dimensions here. You got to make sure this thing stays on the correct side. So we bring it back, and you'll see that where this jogs in, if we were to come straight across, that's the same dimension all the way through. On the later ones, this is just a one-piece snap ring about this size, this type of setup. It's not the spiral lock. So these can be real tricky, and you can give a lot of blood putting one of these in. So we'll get that caught down in there, and I'm just going to work this around. Is basically all I'm going to do. I'm going to try to get that caught. I'm going to try to get it caught on this side. You heard it click and it's in. Now, we're not in all the way. So I got to come back, push. Now we dropped in here, we're coming around. This is where it gets touchy and tricky, and you got to really pay attention on this. I actually do this with 2 small screwdrivers. What we got to end up doing now is, as the spiral's coming around, this has got to go to the top side of the snap ring that's already in. So what I end up doing is I come back in here a little bit, lift it up, and just try to push that snap ring down and get the other one over the top, and there it went. Now, we got to drop the rest of the snap ring then. Now you'll see we're not in all the way around. All I do is lightly come around and give this thing a bump just to get it to set, and I work my way around. You'll see we're still not in here if you look, and I'm going to come up and I'm just going to give that a love tap. Just keep working around, and you'll get that thing to set. There we are, we're in. We got our clutch clearance, we're good to go. Now our opening is over here on that spiral lock. I always like to just offset the other snap ring the other direction, which is exactly what we're going to do. You heard that one go down in and hit, and then I'll always give these a little tap each direction, just to make sure we've got all the pressure pushing on in there as possible. So that's it, our clutch pack's in. We're going to continue on stacking the back of the trans together. All right, we're going to go ahead then. We'll get our C5 clutches back in here, and our return spring, and our output shaft, planetary, everything else, and we'll finish this up, and then you're going to see the finished product here pretty quick. All right, so our trans is done. Came out excellent. Was not a lot of carnage in it. Valve body was very dirty, which I would expect with 420,000 miles on it. Internal pieces were all pretty good. We had to replace one small hard part, which we did. The PPE Stage 6 kit went in excellent. Really liked the Alto G3 clutches that we put in there. We got the Garin C3 oilers. We did a full seal, gasket seal kit, all the sealing rings, everything. The trans is fresh, front to back. We got the Garin super deep pan on there, the big heavy cast pan, which is very nice. We got the PPE deep filter on it. I mean, this is a sweet trans, very sweet.
I like your touch right here where you have the blue on the Allison.
Yeah, I think, you know, with just a little attention to detail to kind of make it what it is. I mean, when you guys see this build done, I think you'll be pretty amazed from where it was to what it's going to be. And then obviously, Garin, that's all you need to say about them. They're an excellent company. We got the triple disc X converter. Again, I can't say enough good things about their products. They're fantastic. They're good.
You've done a lot of you've done these countless multiple times.
Yeah.
And you know what works and what doesn't.
Yeah.
And
yeah. When you got something good, you stay with it. You don't try to reinvent the wheel. And their products are fantastic. Their customer service is excellent. They're just great people.
Overall, what is your thoughts on the PPE clutch kit? I mean, how did it all pack in there? What are your thoughts on the grade material? I know you kind of hit on that earlier in this video, but I know you actually used it in real time in this transmission. So what are your thoughts on that? Yeah, it's fantastic. Like I say, the G3, the kit they have is great. This particular trans, when we did it,
We did not modify the C1, C2 clutch drum like you would do if you had a standard, say, Transgo Jr 5-speed shift kit. We left that alone. If Josh ever wants to go and make this a 6-speed, we don't have to worry about going back and modifying that to make this thing shift properly, because that will definitely screw with a 6-speed. You'll have problems. It's not going to be right.
So what would I need in order to make it a 6-speed now that you've done that?
Yeah, you would have to change valve body, pan harness, and the TCM.
That's it.
And that's it. And you can get a 6-speed out of this.
That's really neat.
So yeah, it would be a cool setup. So we're leaving some options open here for whatever you want to do. And then obviously our transfer case is done, ready to go. It's our standard build, the rollerized main shaft, our aluminum rear housing, and we're going to be getting ready here to drop all these pieces together. Get the motor bolted up, everything, get it dropped back in the chassis. This been working. I think this is day 5 or day 6 in this build.
Yeah, I don't know. We've had so many hours in this truck right now, and
yeah,
the team, you guys are just really just busting, and you're humping, and I know we're getting a lot done. But guys, let me just paint around really quick. So Mark just talked about the trans build. We've gotten that done, check. Converter done. Rear end as well. A lot of videos are going to be posted on this YouTube channel, so make sure you stay tuned. Of course, you guys see the cab right there now, which I'm not going to reveal right away. The frame is right there, all beautiful, glossy black. Lift kit's already installed. I'm not even talking about wheels and tires yet.
Yes, no, the shop doesn't normally look this messy. It doesn't look like a bomb went off, but day 5 and we're still plugging along here. I don't think that guy had much sleep.
Well, that's it. That's all the time that we have for... Oh, you know what? Squirrel. I think a bear stole the rims.
You know, that's the kind of neighborhood we're in here. You turn your eye for a minute, look, your tires and wheels are gone.
Guys, that's it. Thank you so much for your time. Stay tuned.